Luther's Small Catechism with Explanation. The Black and Maroon edition, copyright 2017, from Concordia Publishing House.
The sixth commandment: you shall not commit adultery. What does this mean? We should fear and love God so that we lead a sexually pure and decent life in what we say and do, and husband and wife love and honor each other.
Question 68D from the Sixth Commandment. D. Refraining from lustful desires or activity of any kind, whether heterosexual, homosexual, bisexual, or otherwise. 191 Proverbs 11:6. The righteousness of the upright delivers them, but the treacherous are taken captive by their lust. 192 Matthew 5:28. But I say to you that everyone who looks at a woman with lustful intent has already committed adultery with her in his heart. 193 Colossians 3:5. Put to death, therefore, what is earthly in you: sexual immorality, impurity, passion, evil desire, and covetousness, which is idolatry. What does this mean? Refraining from lustful desires or activities. That is a big concept in today's world. The first thing is there is a problem in our world today, especially in American culture, is that we have started to call things that are lustful good or upright or things that are common of our culture. And so no longer do we say, hey, that's a bad thing to do, or that's a taboo practice, or that's something you should stay away from. It is just normal or expected, or everybody does that. And you can see this in how we advertise. You can see this how we do sports. You can see this how things are done in school and modesty. You can see this with pornography and the pornography industry. You can see this with how marriages are done and how people are encouraged to do things that are wrong to maybe stimulate something that's good. All these things wrap up or wrapped in with this lustful intent. And what are we to do as Christians? There are some things with this that are important to note in the fact that you don't do what the world does. You do what Christ says and what the Bible says. That is important for it. And to be aware of the world being out there. The second one is that it's so pervasive. You need to have a lot of defenses up. You need to be not only aware of it, but it's going to try to infiltrate. And Satan uses this, especially for guys. For guys, it's a lustful thing with the eyes, usually, and for women, it's a lustful thing for emotions or relationship. There's some good resources out there in our world today from Christianity of how to keep your marriage pure and how to keep your eyes away from lustful things and how to be a chaste individual before marriage. And one of those resources that I really enjoy is Every Young Man's Battle. And Every Young Man's Battle is a great resource for men of how we think and how we look at things, how we're built from a godly perspective, and how we're supposed to be doing things before marriage and during marriage and after marriage, with what we're supposed to do as being pure and chaste. Good book. There's also the sequel to that book of Every Young Woman's Battle, and that's a great book too on the other side. And I encourage couples to read both of them as some practical advice for this. But once again, I think that we're hit with this so pervasively. We should also understand that we commit this sin quite frequently. So we should confess it. We should say, hey, this is wrong. Please forgive me, Lord. Help me to do what is right. Help me to live chastely. And that is something in for all the sexes, for male and female, for our whole lives, to teach our children to be an example in our workplace and with others around, because our world is filled with lust, and we want to be filled with Christ's righteousness.
The Lord bless your day as well as your week.